Welcome to another edition of Creative Possibilities with CFB Promotional Products. Today with me is Madison, and she's going to talk about the wonderful world of apparel and wearables. So, wearables are a great tool to connect your fans to your brand, and universities and pro sports teams and all of the entities that go out and have like imprinted hats and t-shirts and all kinds of wearable items make you feel like you're a part of their team too, and it's a great way to communicate with your audience and be welcome billboards. So I'm going to introduce Madison, welcome. And
Thank
we
you,
are
Linda.
excited to see what you have to share with us today. I know that you have recent, like you have brands such as Champion and Columbia and Nautica. Um, but why don't you tell us about some of the new products that you
Yep.
have within your product line too?
Of course. And to just reiterate your point about being walking billboards with your logos on apparel, that is definitely the case. T-shirts are the number one selling piece in this promotional industry. So just think when you're walking down the street in your polo or your jacket with your logo, you are showing off your brand. We have tons and tons of brands. We have over 70 different brands, and that spans from your basics, from like the jerseys, the Gildans, to our house brands, which you might not be familiar with those names, but it's Core 365, Team 365. And of course, we have popular and exclusive retail brands. And what's new is Vineyard Vines and Swannies for us. So I can kind of talk about those if you want, Linda.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, tell us about Swannies.
Yeah. So Swannies is a boutique golf brand that started with two guys up in Minnesota, and basically their story is they wanted cool, on-trend, comfortable, easy care golf apparel that was affordable for the masses. So these two guys created this really great line, and it has a great sustainable story that goes along with the sustainability slash eco trend that we're all seeing in the world now. So if you search Swannies, or if you are a golfer, you'll know that the staple pieces are lifestyle polos, performance polos, and then of course some layering styles as well. Some of their pieces have recycled polyester, which is why I mentioned the sustainable story. So about 50% of their products are made up with, it's called Reprieve, and it's basically just recycled water bottles. So Vineyard Vines kind of has a different story, similar but different. So two brothers started this brand when they wanted to just quit corporate America. They wanted to start a tie line, so like corporate ties, and they wanted it to represent the times that they spent in Martha's Vineyard with their family. So it all started on the East Coast, but this is a brand that is popular in corporate America. It's popular in yachting clubs, golf clubs, and it's actually made its way across the Midwest over to the West Coast as well. So Vineyard Vines, you'll see a ton of coastal colors, but you'll see some more corporate wear, quarter zips, polos, some great ladies styles to complement the men's styles. And it's all exclusive to us, which means it's exclusive to you guys that are tuning in. And of course, when you have these popular retail brand names, we want to make sure that we are able to co-brand and decorate with your brand. And for you, Linda, it's CFB. So when we see Vineyard Vines, we want to make sure that we can logo it with your logo.
Very cool. And when you co-brand with a recognized brands such as Swannies and Nike and all of those other recognizable brands, it elevates your own, right? Like you're tapping into their audience, and it's easily recognized, and it gives you a high perceived value. So
Yeah,
definitely something to consider. Um,
definitely.
so let's get into the exciting stuff, decoration. How can we put that logo onto a Swanee shirt or t-shirts?
So decoration, that's endless possibilities, which is what makes this world so fun and exciting. But today we're just going to focus on three types of decoration, just the main types that we offer. So I'll just start with t-shirts quickly because it seems to be the most popular, and I'm sure everybody that's watching has a t-shirt that is screen printed. So basically what a screen print is, it's just ink that is printed onto this blank canvas, which could be a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, sweatpants, anything that's basic or worn every day. Um, the next deco method, and this is something that I would recommend doing on anything that's a higher priced piece, maybe a polo or a quarter zip, something that has a thicker weight to it. You definitely want your logo to hold up when you feel the material. So if the material's a little thicker, a little heftier, embroidery is definitely the recommended deco method for those pieces. And I will show what embroidery looks like. I'll actually show it upside down here, and you can see right here, it's just raised stitching.
Very neat.
And embroidery, we tend to recommend embroidery on all of our retail brands, just because, like you mentioned, it kind of gives it that higher perceived value. And then lastly, heat seal, which is one of my favorites because it works for really any logo with several colors, or if you have shading in the logo, or if you're working on a piece that may be waterproof or water resistant, or if it's a really, really expensive jacket and you don't want to embroider it and puncture it with the embroidery needle. We do recommend heat seal, and basically it's just a transfer that we heat press on to the garment. So I will show you a heat seal on one of my ladies' polos here. And it's upside down, but I just wanted you to be able to see what a heat seal is. And this one specifically is reflective.
Very cool.
So very, very cool.
Now, Madison, hold that shirt out because
Yes, absolutely.
that's what we want to talk about next. So, like, you have the different decoration techniques, but that is a really creative location for the decoration. And in this Zoom friendly world where we're all on meeting after meeting, it's so visible. And so, tell us a little bit about location and where to put that logo at.
Yes, of course. So your standard locations are basically left chest, full front, center. Sometimes we can do the back. Sometimes people like it on the sleeve. But pretty much if you can think up a location and if we can set it up on a machine, we're able to decorate in that location. And to your point, Linda, the Zoom or Teams culture, it's really changed the way that we decorate. So for some items like this jacket, you'll see that we do have decoration on the left chest, but we're able to also do a secondary location and just kind of do maybe like a subtle imprint down by the pocket. So you still have your left chest decoration for when you're on the Zoom calls, but if you're out wearing this, maybe into the office or into meetings, your customers can still see that, you can decorate in multiple locations, and it gives you two impressions of your logo for people, out and about to see.
Sounds cool. And that subtle imprint, right? It
Mhm.
also is a great tool to utilize when you want to thank someone, whether it be an employee or a client, because it encourages them to actually wear the product, right? But your brand is there, and so they can make the identification and connection to that brand. But it encourages them to actually use the product and get it used, you know?
Yes, and I love my company very, very much. But if I have a big, big sweatshirt with the big logo on the front, I'm probably not going to wear it out with my friends on Saturday. But I will be honest, any of these pieces that I've shown you today, I wear out during the week and on the weekends because it's a classy look when the logo's subtle. And specifically with t-shirts, you can still do a big imprint and make it subtle. So for example, this is an entire full front. It's a step and repeat, but it kind of looks tone on tone, so it gives it the more retail look.
Yeah, definitely. And it's
Mhm.
pretty cool. And when you combine that full front for a t-shirt, you can come up not only with just plastering your logo on the front, you can get more creative and do like taglines and fun sayings and different things that are going to encourage use of the product too. Um, so that's
Definitely the fun sayings, we've seen that a lot because ever since COVID, it's been fun to figure out ways to boost people's morale, and employee retention is very important. So if you can find a way to throw in those fun taglines, or just a nice, simple, fun, unique way to decorate, it definitely gives the product some more life, and it makes people want to wear it for a longer amount of time. So. I wanted to mention one more thing before we got off the decoration topic because it's one of my favorite features of this business. So we have all of these brands, but we've created them in a way where we can totally make them your own. So this shirt originally had a tag on it. you can rip the tag off, and we're able to do kind of like your own custom label. So Linda, for you, if you wanted a CFB, your own promo custom shirt, this is it. We just tear off the tag, and we can either put your tagline or your logo in there, whatever you want to do to make it totally yours.
Yeah, and that's another creative tool to, again, keep your brand visible, but not do it in an obnoxious way or in a subtle way so that your audience is more likely to actually wear the product. And just, so what's the minimum quantity that for something like that to be done?
Yep, minimum quantities. They can be anywhere from 12 to 24 units, but usually we say 24.
Okay, very
Most
cool.
cost efficient at 24.
Well, again, if anyone needs t-shirts or polos or fleece or anything that you would wear, even headwear, definitely reach out to us. We would love to come up with some creative wearables that your audience is going to connect with, wear, use, and promote your brand. So if you want to discuss an upcoming project, please reach out to me. It's Linda from CFB Promotional Products, and you can reach me at 856-513-6610. And Madison, I want to thank you today for joining me and sharing all the options that are out there. And just thanks for joining us.
Of course. Thank you, Linda. I'm excited to come back next time.
Thanks. Bye bye.